If you're going to go into this field through SDF, that is definitely the way to go, and if you can get in, I would definitely say it's the way to go. They will help you all the way. Well, my recovery journey started, I would say, December 2019. It was just before lockdown, and I had a week detox from alcohol. That was my issue. I was quickly introduced to Zoom online. There was meetings went on with a company called First, which are based in Fife, and also Restoration, and they were all on Zoom, and that platform gave me a massive lift for my recovery. It allowed me to speak to people who were in the same position as myself. In fact, many of them are a lot worse off than me, and been through. I thought I was a bit of a fraud at first, because I felt, well, mine's is only an alcohol problem. Then I began to learn about people who actively use other substances like heroin, and my journey from then to now, my knowledge within the field of alcohol and drugs is so vast, I would say. I've had so much knowledge, especially in the last 6-7 weeks, through reading, doing courses. The last 2 years I've actually been volunteering with First, and volunteering in the sense that I've been facilitating online Zoom meetings. I've helped facilitate personal meetings, and that's given me a great sense of being able to help other people through their recovery. And then going on to ATWP, which is Addiction Workers Training Programme, through Restoration. Nikki, who runs Restoration, she's the manageress. I got on really well with Nikki. She says, wouldn't you like to work for us, Restoration? Now, because I used to attend their cafes and help them out, I thought, yeah, I'd love to do this. And as time went on, she suggested that I go through SDF, which is Scottish Drugs Forum. I'd done some volunteering with them, which consisted of being on the telephone, getting some feedback from clients who'd used their services, asking if the service was good, etc., or if it was bad, whatever the feedback was, and then passing that back. That lasted a short period, and at that time I wasn't quite ready for that, and I knew I wasn't for my own recovery journey, so I kind of stopped doing that. And then Nikki says, why don't you go for your SVQ2, which is Scottish Vocational Qualification in Health and Social Care, which would allow me to work in the field. And I said, how do I go about doing that? Well, she pushed me towards Scottish Drug Forum, SDF. I applied online, had an interview for about an hour and a half online. It went very well. Got carried forward to a 2-hour open forum where there was another, I think about 30 other people on a Zoom platform where you could see everybody, and we got put into breakout rooms, and that lasted about 2 hours. You got asked various scenarios, various questions, and everything seemed to go well, and we got told that if we were going to get put forward for the SDF Addiction Workers Training Programme, we'd be informed on the Saturday evening, and this was on the Thursday. So by Saturday evening I never received an email. So I thought, well, I haven't got it. The following Tuesday, I was in the middle of doing, but there's a movement called Rights and Recovery. So everybody's got right to recovery, even people who are actively using substances. So that's a big movement at the moment. I got involved with that. During that period where I was not declined but didn't get an offer of the SDF, I didn't realise how much it affected me. But when I went on one of these meetings, I was on it 5 minutes and I had to come off. My emotions just came to the front, and I didn't realise how much it affected me. Now, the guy who was hosting that meeting immediately texted me and says, Freddie, are you okay? And I phoned him back, and he was ever so great. He said, we want you to come on this course. I said, no, I'm not in the right place. This isn't for me. Yes, it is. Trust us. Everybody wants you back here. So that, and what I'm trying to say is, when I didn't get the SDF placement, I didn't think it affected me, but that experience showed that I really wanted it, if that makes sense. So then I thought, well, okay, what do I do now? So Nikki from Restoration says, Freddie, why don't you go down the college route? Now, I'm 58-year-old. I was 57 at that point, and I thought, college at my age, golly gosh. I was thinking, I know you get mature students, but I thought I'm way too old for that. Then I looked into it, and they said it'd be a year's course full time. I thought, well, I could go that a year and get my qualification, because ideally my ultimate goal was to work for Restoration. Nikki said, if you get your qualification, you can come and work for us. So I thought, great, this is what I wanted to do. And applied for the college course, got accepted. Unfortunately, they didn't have a full-time vacancy, they only had part-time. which meant it was over 2 years. I was hesitant because I thought at 57, 50, I'm going to be 60-year-old before I get my qualification. Now, I know in today's age, I don't feel that age. I feel, I really genuinely don't. My mental age, I feel like I'm still 25, but which is a good thing. Anyway, I decided to go down the college route, and I got accepted into college, Fife College, and I applied for funding, which was going through the process. Whilst that was happening, I received an email, totally out of the blue, from SDF saying funding had became available for Fife. Would I still be interested in joining the addiction workers training programme? Well, I was a bit unsure what to do at that point because I'd already applied and been successful into the college, I thought. So I phoned up Nikki and asked her opinion, and I'm glad I'd done that because Nikki said, "What did you want, Freddie?" I said, "Well, I wanted to go down the SDF route, there's your answer." So I opted, so I withdrew from the college, withdrew the funding application, joined the ATWP, which is the Addiction Workers Training Programme. This is my 7th week. The first 5 weeks was basically online, getting a lot of knowledge courses, which was an awful lot of information to take in, and I'm quite sure that you're aware that you can only take in 15-20% of what you're learning. So that was a difficult period because you're at home, and I've never had the concept of working from home. If I've been in a workplace, I've been at the workplace. So that was a difficult process for me. But the cohort that I'm in, everybody was in the same boat basically. So that was good. And we do get peer support once a week as well with the SDF, Scottish Drug Forum. So that's good. I got a placement which is through Adapt FAS. My involvement so far, they've got a cafe which they call KY8, which is based in Methil, which is an open cafe for people to come in. They get toasties, they get biscuits, they get tea, coffee, which is all free for them. It's a place for them to congregate, but it's also where they get triaged into the services as well. So people can walk off the street. It's good for the community and it's good for the people who are in addiction because it allows them to come back into the services. So I've had involvement with that. I've had a little bit of involvement with retention team. It's a massive learning curve, basically. I can't say I'm not nervous because I am, but at the same time I'm excited. This career is so new to me. It's something I want to do, and ideally moving ahead, when I get my SVQ, I've got a choice then, and ideally at the moment I'm looking at possibly working for restoration. My original goal would be to be a counsellor but not qualified, because I feel maybe an advocate rather than a counsellor, to assist people who are in recovery, basically, to keep moving them forward, to see their recovery coming on. It's hard for me to explain it, because in my age, I feel that it's against me to be a counsellor, because it's about 4 or 5 years to become a counsellor. Although I think I'm very good with people, I'm very good at listening and talking to people. I think I am. I've been told I am. But I think for that qualification would be beyond me, if that makes sense, at my age. So ideally I'm looking to help people in their recovery. That's my ideal goal at the moment. But it's all good, it really is. And the people who are on the course with me, they're from Glasgow area, Edinburgh area, fantastic people, and I've been privileged to meet them because the SDF, Scottish Drug Forum, had a conference and I met them all face to face, so that was really, really good. I've met new friends basically, which is great. At my age I've got new friends, so all good. Yeah, I would say ATWP through SDF, if you're going to go into this field, that is definitely the way to go, and if you can get in, I would definitely say it's the way to go. They will help you all the way.